I played Roblox for an hour just to mess with it. I registered and told it I was 8. Firstly, it set my content restriction levels to medium. I told it I was born in April of 2017. And it started me off with medium, which was like blood, fear, crude humor, and something else. And then I connected it to a parent account. I wanted to see what the parental controls were like. So I applied all the parental controls. I turned the thing down to mild, which was the lowest one, which still had like blood, fear, and this other stuff. And I, with full parental control restrictions, I encountered the sexualization of young girls in a game called Dress to Impress, which is the number 2 game that comes up in this big box at the top of the screen when you first start playing. It's like one of the primary games they want you to play. I told it I was an 8-year-old boy. It turned me into a young girl wearing underwear where I could go dress up and then other people could vote on how good I look. Like, that's the game. And then I went to a game called, I think it was called Rob Mom. And it starts you off in a room, and there's a big sign on the wall that says, the richest person is so-and-so, like, go rob them. And then I walked down the street, and there was an Apple store and like a Subway sandwiches. And I went into the Apple store and robbed the Apple store employees, and then the cops came after me, and I shot the cops. And then I went into some neighborhood after that, and some character came along and picked me up and carried me into their house, and then dressed up as a cop and then shot me in the back. I told it I was 8. Like, and I was playing in some of these worlds that are not meant to be creepy worlds. Oh, and then I played a game called Public Bathroom. And I walked into this giant area where there's like a swimming pool with beds around the perimeter of the thing, with multiple people on the beds like humping each other. And then I walked into this like public bathroom thing where you can go in and out of the bathroom stalls together. And then the next room had bathtubs with a bunch of people in them together where you could close the what do you call it? Not the shade, the
slider door,
whatever, the cover, you know, to like have privacy in the bathtub. And they're all like humping stuff in there. And like, I don't know, man. I have a hard, like these guys could, for example, offer a whitelist feature to parents the way that YouTube Kids does. They have a whitelist feature, which means that the parent can pre-select which content, which games, which stuff could be accessed. Like, there's very basic things that Roblox is not doing, which I find very bothersome.
I've been tracking systemic child abuse on Roblox for years. Here are 30 Roblox child abuse cases they don't want you reading about. In 2019, 29-year-old convicted pedophile Owain Thomas groomed 150 children to engage in sexual activity using Roblox. 60 of those children were under the age of 13, and in many cases, Thomas used Roblox in-game currency, Robux, to solicit children. In one case, Thomas paid a 10-year-old victim 400 Robux to perform a sexual act while he watched him on a webcam. A lawyer called the volume of abuse possibly unprecedented. In September 2020, 48-year-old registered sex offender Clinton McElroy was arrested after convincing an 8-year-old girl into sending him sexually explicit videos in exchange for Robux. McElroy was previously convicted in 2018 of commercial sexual exploitation of a 14-year-old child. In February 2021, Jose D. Molina kidnapped an 11-year-old child he was communicating with on Roblox. In 2021, in June, 18-year-old Ron Mackclough was indicted for using Roblox to lure and commit sexual offenses against several girls between the ages of 7 and 12. According to the charges, Mackclough would contact girls on the game's chat and offer Robux in exchange for partially nude photos. In July 2021, 23-year-old Terrence Bartow was arrested for indecent solicitation of a child, violation of sex offender registry, and grooming after he contacted a 12-year-old boy in Texas via Roblox. At the time, Bartow joined Roblox and he was already a convicted sex offender in Washington State. In August 2021, 61-year-old John Matthew Peruke Pikachu, whatever, was indicted after posing as a 13-year-old boy on Roblox. He contacted a 12-year-old girl and requested sexually explicit photos of her and her 5-year-old sibling. In January 2022, Sarasota County Police released a redacted probable cause affidavit against 45-year-old Sean Penzak on 7 felony charges involving crimes against children, including lewd and lascivious battery on a child. Penzak allegedly impersonated a teenage girl on Roblox to meet his victims and sent electronic Roblox gift cards in exchange for nude photos. In February 2022, 33-year-old Howard Graham drove around 900 miles to meet a 13-year-old girl he had connected with 2 days earlier on Roblox. Graham drove the girl from her home in Topeka, Kansas, back to his home in Clayton County, Georgia. The next month, Graham, who had a prior criminal matter from 2007, was arrested on multiple charges including rape, kidnapping, and sexual trafficking. Police found the 13-year-old girl outside a Dollar General. In April 2022, 19-year-old Anthony Joshua Borgesa was arrested after kidnapping a child under the age of 12 along with allegations of sexual abuse. Police said Borgesa met the girl through the game Roblox. In July 2022, Roblox the game developer, Arnold Castillo, was arrested on charges of transportation of a minor with intent to engage in criminal sexual activity and coercion and enticement of a minor. Also in July 22, 19-year-old Ethan James Alfonso was arraigned on 10 counts of child molestation after meeting a 10-year-old on Roblox. In August 2022, 40-year-old registered sex offender Don Robinson was arrested for felony unlawful contact with a minor, indecent assault, corruption of minors, and criminal use of communications. In 2023, a January federal jury in Garland Island, Nebraska, indicted 26-year-old Tadisha Kongman a charge of willfully and unlawfully kidnap of a 13-year-old and took the minor across state lines with intent to engage in illegal sexual activity. The child's father told police his son had been communicating with someone while playing Roblox and then was invited to talk on a chat room service. Police found the 13-year-old boy along with Kojima sitting inside a white Toyota Avalon at a Gittin split. In August 2023, 20-year-old Daniel Baker met a 14-year-old girl through Roblox and allegedly convinced the girl to share nude images. Baker then picked her up from a school in Ohio and took her to a park, coerced her to perform sexual acts on him. At the time, Baker was out on bond for a separate pending criminal case, also involving a minor. Ultimately, the 14-year-old girl was found crying alone in the bathroom of a Kroger. In June 2023, 20-year-old Daniel Diaz was arrested for contacting a minor for purpose of committing a felony offense. After meeting with the child he contacted through Roblox. Police added that Diaz was possibly in contact with other juvenile victims through Roblox. In January 2024, 27-year-old Darius Matlowicz was indicted for traveling to sexually abuse an 11-year-old victim he communicated with via Roblox. In January 2024, 27-year-old Darius Matlowicz was indicted for traveling to sexually abuse an 11-year-old victim he communicated with via Roblox. In February 2024, 18-year-old Brandon Roy Alvarez was indicted for attempting to coerce a 10-year-old girl to send images to him after befriending her over the gaming platform Roblox. On August 20, 2024, a 21-year-old Chilean man was arrested at LAX airport. Damn commercials. He was arrested at LAX airport on suspicion of contacting a minor for sexual offense after meeting a 13-year-old girl on Roblox and booking an Airbnb near her home. On August 26, 2024, 44-year-old Maryland elementary school teacher Mark Cobb was charged with sexual abuse of a minor, child pornography distribution, and possession of child pornography after soliciting photos of a 9-year-old student. The victim told police she chatted with Cobb via phone and the game platform Roblox. Police said they found a black bag filled with children's underwear in his office and added, "We know that there are other victims out there." You think? In October 2024, 36-year-old Tara Alex Skikes, this is the worst one, was charged with attempted murder while engaged in aggravated child abuse after she instructed a 10-year-old child on Roblox to kill her 2-month-old sibling with instructions to drown the infant in the bathtub, burn the infant with scalding water, and drop the infant on the floor to kill the infant. The infant was injured, but survived, thank God. In January 2025, 20-year-old Joseph Randall was arrested on 1 count of pornography while involving children under 13, 7 counts of computer-aided solicitation and minor, and 6 counts of indecent behavior with juveniles after using Roblox to coerce a 14-year-old girl into sending explicit photos, among other crimes. And in 2025 of January, 29-year-old Ryan Ramiro Ducum was arrested after threatening to kidnap an 11-year-old girl he met on Roblox. In January 2025, 36-year-old Michael Schaublinger was arrested after traveling from Germany to UK to meet a 13-year-old girl he had been grooming on Roblox for months. In March 2025, 31-year-old U.S. Airman David Ibarra was charged with coercing a 9-year-old girl to share sexually explicit images of herself after he posed as a 13-year-old on the gaming site Roblox. In March 2025, 31-year-old Alec J. McGill was arrested on seven felony charges, including unlawful contact with a minor and child sexual abuse material, after contacting children soliciting inappropriate photos from children on Roblox. In April 2025, 27-year-old Matthew McContuno Navo allegedly lured a 10-year-old through Roblox and was charged with kidnapping and unlawful sexual conduct with a minor. Police found the girl in his car at the strip mall in Elk Grove, more than 4-hour drive from the girl's home in Kern County. Then in May 2025, 17-year-old Christian Shibin was arrested after being accused of making kids send him sexual contact after meeting them playing on Roblox. In May 2025, 40-year-old Tony Rodriguez was charged with enticement and possession of child pornography after he utilized Roblox to connect with the alleged 11 and 13-year-old girls on Facebook. In April 2025, William Clark Shepard was arrested after contacting a minor male victim on Roblox and later exchanging sexually explicit photos. Then in June of 2025, 21-year-old Manuel Coronado Gonzalez was arrested after trying to lure a decoy 13-year-old girl. The sting operation was set up by @RealSchlep, who Roblox has now banned.
This is the kind of obscene garbage that they are peddling to our children in Louisiana. I will not stand by and watch this company grow exponentially from exploiting children and facilitating child sexual abuse for profit.